will do it live.
Boom. Don't worry, they don't see us yet. I'm figuring it out.
We're live, right?
We're live.
We're live.
We're now live. We have everybody here. Derek, Beckering, Turbo Nuts, and myself. Turn your camera sideways, Derek. There you go.
There you go. What do you got there, Derek?
Damn. That looks like fancy beers.
Fancy California beers, dude.
Does it have weed in it?
Like, hey, no, honestly, Cal Valone gave me a beer like a month ago, and it had 12. It was like 12.5%, and it was straight like weed infused beer. And I had one at his house, and I was driving around like Temecula, like I didn't give a fuck if I got a DUI or anything. Like, it was crazy.
It sounds delicious. So for people that don't know, where we have Derek Beckering on, you are from
Bakersfield, California.
Bakersfield, California. The first time I ever saw you, you were throwing like ginormous whips at like Animal's Yard or something. What was that? The Yard? Maybe it was The Yard.
Oh, the Yard.
Yeah. You were riding with Javier.
You got babies over there?
Dude, it's my buddy's kid. Say, Gage. Say hi. Say hi.
What up? What up, dude?
Yeah.
There's always kids on the podcast.
No, yeah. Animal is definitely a character for sure. Have you met Animal, didn't you, right, Clint?
I don't know, maybe.
He's like super gnarly, like kind of office rocker type guy. Like,
I don't think so. I've never been to the Yard, so.
Where was it then?
I just saw pictures of you online.
Oh, you never been to the Yard? Okay,
no, I seen pictures of you online throwing like some friggin' ridiculous whips like years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, who the fuck is this dude? What in the hell is going on here?
Yeah, no one knew who the fuck I was, and that's why I was trying to like make a video and like get into X Games and like be like Destin Control and all that shit, but I don't have the name for that shit, dude.
Well,
what's wrong with Darren Beckering? We can make that work.
I know. I'm fucking. You guys never seen me in the circus, dude? I'm like well known, dude. I'm like,
I've seen you all over the circus. Didn't you do like 1,000 circuses last year?
I did like 3,000 circus shows. No, I'm just kidding. I did 600 shows last year, and I jumped the ramp 7,000 times last year.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I have a pretty good track record. So if any promoters are watching this thing, I can jump a ramp 7,000 times and not get hurt.
There you go. That's what do you think about the whole circus setup? Like, I seen yours. You guys jumped totally into the arena. They don't have to move any cables for you, do they?
No. Yeah, they had one cable they had to move. It was for like this chick did like a dancing act on a pole. But right before our show, they would pull it up to the top of the stage, and even after like the 599th show, we would still come out there every day and make sure that pole was like hidden up there. Especially Eric Farr. Eric Farr is the biggest safety person in the whole world, I swear.
Yeah, it's definitely, that's on you kind of, to get out there and check and make sure that a lot of that stuff is moved.
What was that? Wasn't that Scott Murray's nephew or something?
Yeah. Yep, Josh.
He hit that pole pretty good, no?
Oh, yeah.
Josh, Hedford, he's shredding big time now.
Yeah, he's riding again. Now. It was, cable right over almost over the landing.
Yeah, I remember when I went on that tour for, like, last year, everyone was, like, sending me text messages, like, of that video, like, oh, dude, like, you better not let this happen to you. And I'm like, dude, that's a whole different circus, and, yeah, I'm not going to let that happen to me, trust me.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd always wait for the lights to come fully up.
Yeah.
And scope everything, and then be like, oh, okay, I'll jump it.
The first show we did was in Jacksonville, Florida, and they told me, okay, we're going to turn the lights on as you're going off the ramp. Like,
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, whatever. So I went off the ramp, and it was pitch black from takeoff to landing to all the way when I turned around to come back in the arena. The lights were still off.
Yeah.
And, like, it was the weirdest feeling because I went off the ramp, I could see the takeoff, but I couldn't see the landing. So, like,
You're just
when I hit
waiting
the
to
landing,
hit.
it was like out of nowhere. Like, it was like someone punched me in the back or something.
Dude,
Super weird.
we jumped at some speedway bike track in New York one time, and we're jumping from inside of the speedway over the wall, like out into the parking lot, and there was no lights out there. So it was like kind of the same thing. You jump, and then you're just like, doom, onto the landing.
That's gnarly.
So did you help build a lot of that shit at Kernside? That's
Yeah,
all
me and
your
Scott.
uncle? Or is that all your Uncle Bird?
Yeah, me and Uncle Bird, and me and Papa Scraney out there, we get shit done. No, honestly, Bird's built a lot of jumps out there, but Bird doesn't build like the type of jumps we build. I should say. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of jumps out there that Bird has built that he hasn't even jumped himself.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, there's
What did-
probably like 10 jumps I could take you to that you'd be like, what the hell is this? Like, what does he even think he's going to go for?
Is it,
Like,
why?
we have one.
Does
we
he
have
build
one
like
where-
super long things or something, or what?
Yeah, it's like Evil Knievel, Robbie Knievel, like, jump setups. It's crazy, dude. Like, there's this one where the lip looks so good, and you're like, hell yeah, it's a badass jump. And then the landing is like on top of this hill, and it's like a knuckle to where, like, if you case it, you're dying. Like, and if you over jump it, you're dying. Like, you pretty much have to be like on point. And
And
a
it's
couple
how
of years
far?
ago, like, yeah, a couple of years ago, like, Scott was out there, his brother. It was like Kevin Rookstool, like a bunch of people like out there, and I'm like, not a lot of those guys had seen me ride before, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be the hero of the day today, and I'm gonna fucking send this jump in front of everyone today.
Awesome. Hold my
So-
beer and watch this.
Yeah, I take him over there, and I'm like showing him the jump, and everyone, like, you could jump up to the top of it and ride across the top. Like, it was pretty safe, but there was like that another like level, like, to where if you were gonna jump halfway, and then that another level if you're gonna jump it all the way. So everyone was kind of jumping it halfway, and everyone stopped, and they're like sitting, like, congregating in a little circle, and I'm coming back around, taking circles at it, and like jumping it almost to the landing. And like the last time I jumped it, I kind of came up like short on it, and I bounced into the landing like perfect. And I'm like, okay, I know if I hold third gear wide open now that I could make it all the way. So I came back around, and I was like pumping myself up all the way around, like, okay, don't puss out. I came back around, and I hit that thing third gear wide open, and right before the lip, I gave it like that burp, burp, burp at the bottom,
Yeah, you didn't
which
need
I
to
should
do
have just
that.
left it on.
Yeah.
And, yeah, dude, it sucked. I went, like, instead of like going farther, I went higher because I had like stock suspension at the time, so it sprung me like pretty much like 20 feet in the air, and I landed right on the knuckle of the landing, and my feet blew off the pegs, and I was full on Superman, and I was going past the landing at this point,
Oh, no.
and the bike dropped out from underneath me, and I landed on top of the bike. And as soon as I landed on top of the bike, my hands ripped out off the bars, and the bike started cartwheeling down the hill. And I'm laying there, like, and I could hear Scott and all of them, like, all stoked, like, hell yeah, he jumped it. And I'm like, no, I did not make it. Like, you guys need to get over here right now. Like, I'm laying here in the dirt. So they come around the corner, and I'm, like, laying there. My bike's, like, chilling over here. My seat's over there. My back fender's over there. Like, it was a shit show. Like, yeah, so that was the last time I tried to jump one of Bird's jumps that he built that no one's jumped.
Is that when you did your throat?
No, that was in Mexico.
So that's what ended your like little momentum there for your whip
Yeah.
deal, I feel like, because you came out and I was seeing these huge whips, and I keep seeing videos, and then all of a sudden you did that and just like went silent there for like a pretty long time.
It was shitty. Like, okay, that whole time I was making those whip videos, I was married at the time, and I was living like pretty much 2 stoplights down the street from the yard. and I was riding every day with Vinny and filming with Sergio and Kevin Cox. And at that time, we split up or whatever, and we got divorced, and I had to move back home, and I had like no money at the time. So I got a call for a show, and I'm like, I hadn't ridden my dirt bike in like 4 or 5 months, or jumped a ramp even probably longer than that. And the guy was like, yeah, $1,200, come down here, ride the show, 2-day show. And I'm broke at the time, so I'm like, $1,200? Hell yeah, let's fucking do this. So I haul ass down there, and like, I should have known, like, at that time, like, I shouldn't even went. Because I left my house, I get almost to Mexico, and I forgot my registration for my bike. So I had no registration to get over the border. So I had to turn around and drive back to Bakersfield, get my registration, come back to San Diego, and I was supposed to meet the promoter, and like right before the border, and I was going to get in his car and drive over the border. Well, I get down there, and he'd already left to drive over there to do some business. So I get down there, and he was like, "Oh, I can't pick you up until the morning." So I slept in my van in the Denny's parking lot, in the back of my van.
On the Mexican border.
Yeah, this is right before the border. So I wake up the next morning, and he meets me at his house, load my bike up in there, and we drive to TJ, like Tijuana, to get the ramps.
Uh-huh.
And we're in this little tiny yard, like picking up his takeoff and landing. And I'm like helping him jack the ramps up, and all of a sudden I hear like his dog run out into the street, and I hear like car brakes lock up, and like a skid, and then like a dog like yelping. And I run outside, and this dude's dog is like dead underneath the car, like the promoter. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm like freaking out. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's cool. Your fucking dog just died. So we keep getting the ramps. We take off to Rosarito, and we're driving, and his buddy's pulling the takeoff ramp in front of us, and he gets a blowout. And the dude, like, it literally was teeter-tottering, like, back and forth. Like, it was a little tiny, narrow trailer, and the thing's like about to roll over. Dude saves it somehow. We pull over, get the tire changed. We get down to Rosarito. It's too windy to ride, and the guy was like, "Oh yeah, Papa's and Beer is sponsoring the show. You guys can go to the place and drink beer fucking for free." So he takes us to this place, and he's getting us all fucked up. So then I'm like, "Well, let's get some cocaine." So I stayed up till about 2. This is like when I was all bad, like partying. So we stayed up till like 2 o'clock in the morning, all fucked up. I woke up like 9 o'clock in the morning, and the promoter's beating on my door. So I open up the hotel, and he's like, "You got to be at the show right now." So I go to like get my bike, and I have a flat tire on my bike, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me right now?" So I take it to the venue. And we're sitting at the venue, like, trying to find a tube, and I can't find a tube anywhere. And I'm like, "Hey, just fill it up. Like, it was filled up last night. Like, just fill it up. It probably has a slow leak." So the dude fills it up, and it lasted, like, probably 5 minutes. So I'm like, fill it up again. I'm going to take, like, a couple of test runs, and I'm going to jump it, and then we'll figure it out. Because I didn't have to ride, because it was an off-road expo. So the event didn't start till, like, my show didn't start till 3 o'clock, but the event opened at 11.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to ride before the event opened. So I'm like, just give me like enough jumps to get a jump out of the way so you guys can open up your event. So they fill the tire up. I turn around, and I usually take like 6 or 7 runs at the ramp before I go. And I took one run at it, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going. And it was right on the beach. So there was a bunch of like sand, and the carpet was nailed in the sand. So I'm like, there's no way. Oh, I got someone at the house, boys. There was no way that I thought the carpet was going to stay. No, he's not.
This is the climax of the story. It's going to go away.
I'm sorry, boys.
Was that Jehovah's Witness?
Okay, hold on. Okay, what was this in?
The carpet was in the sand.
Yeah, the carpet was in the sand, right? And you know how Mexico, you guys been to Mexico for shows?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
They have sick, brooms that are made out of just like tree branches tied together.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm coming up the runway, like this carpet's going to rip out, and I'm going to get wheel spin for sure coming up the runway. So as soon as I get to like the bottom of the ramp, I was like, give it that extra little bit of gas. and I didn't need to give it any extra gas because that carpet didn't spin and it hooked up really good. So I OJ'd the ramp about 90 feet. Like my back tire didn't even touch the bottom of the landing. And I was holding on so tight that I was like, and I was holding it wide up and thinking that when I land that this thing is just going to like wheelie out from underneath me and I'm going to go into my back.
Yeah.
Well, when I landed, it was like kind of soft sand, so the bike kind of stuck. And my throttle hand came off the bars and my right foot came off the peg. And I collapsed like with my neck onto the throttle perch in the brake reservoir. And it just collapsed my Adam's apple into my windpipe, into my trachea, into my vocal cords, and pretty much just smashed it all to shit.
You used to have a beautiful singing voice, didn't you?
Yeah, I was like Frank Sinatra.
He's a songbird. So how fucking scary was that?
It was gnarly because like when I landed, I put my hand back on the bars and like my foot back on so fast, like I didn't even know what happened. I was like, "What the fuck?" I felt like someone just like knocked the wind out of me. So
it was like 5 seconds, but his head was like he was like
catching up.
Yeah, exactly. So I rode to the barricade. And I'm like, "Where's the cocaine at?" No, I'm just kidding. I rode to the barricade and I threw my bike down. And I ran to the promoter and I'm like looking at him and I couldn't talk. And he's looking at me like, "What the fuck?" And I'm trying to talk to him and he's like, "Oh, it's your teeth. It's your teeth." So I'm like trying to talk to him and I'm like trying to get like catch my breath. And I coughed, and a piece of skin came out of my throat, like a bloody piece of skin. And I remember looking at it on the ground and looking at him, and he had, like, the most blank look on his face, like, oh, fuck, like, this is not good, and, like, this is serious shit. And they had a rhino right there, like an EMT rhino, and they threw me in a rhino and drove me to a Mexican emergency room.
Sounds horrible.
And I was there for 2 hours. And they wouldn't let my buddy that was there with me back there to come see me. And I'm sitting back there, like, pretty much, like, dying, leaning over, like, the bed, like, spitting blood out on the floor, trying to get their attention, like, hey, this is serious shit. Like, because no one knew, like, when it happened, it looked like someone just slapped me in the throat.
They didn't look at your fucking neck? You couldn't see it, or what?
No, it looked like someone had just slapped me. Like, nothing was bleeding. It was all just red. Like, someone had just slapped me in the throat. There was, like, all this stuff is from surgery. So it looked like someone had just slapped me. Did you get surgery here
or up or there?
What?
Did you get surgery here or in Mexico?
I got surgery in San Diego. I was in San Diego for 32 days.
Ooh.
Wow.
So what did you actually do injury-wise, like?
It smashed my trach, like it flattened my trach, like where you like your esophagus, pretty much. It pushed my Adam's apple into my trach, and then flattened my trach completely. And then where my trach was, like your vocal cords are right there, so it like pretty much ruined my vocal cords too. I only have one vocal cord now.
So you just sing one note now.
Yeah, I'm like a one-note guy now. I do like the backup music, like, you know what I mean?
You used to have such good range.
When Kanye has a video, I do like the backup shit.
He used to have such good range, Nick, but now just one note.
Now he's just monotone.
Dude, it was fuck. When I go,
dude, you're so lucky you can like fucking breathe, much less talk. Like, that's crazy.
No, I know. Trust me, it sucks. When I was in the hospital, this promoter that I did shows for, he called me and he was like asking me like, "You all right?" I'm like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he was being all weird, and I'm like, "Well, what's up?" And he's like, "Dude,
I'm not gonna pay you."
He's like, I had a guy that did a show for me in Vegas, and he did the same thing. And as soon as he landed, like, he was there for about 4 or 5 minutes, and his throat swelled up so far that he pretty much swelled off his airway, and he died right there.
What? Who the fuck was that?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, do you know who Gary Laurent is?
No.
The dude I did the Magic Mountain shows for at Six Flags, it was like Matt Hoffman's buddy. And he does shows, but he had some guy die at his show.
Huh.
Wow.
That's crazy.
This is taking a dark turn. Let's focus on how alive you are.
Let's talk about you didn't ride with us when we were out there, did you?
Where?
When I came out there with Chuck, I rode with Scranny and Josh, and then
I think I smoked some weed with you guys though.
Yeah, you did for sure. I mean,
For sure.
allegedly. Actually, I was in California. It's legal, so yeah. I tried it. I tried it. It was pretty good.
Oh my god.
It was a good time.
It is.
Anyway, we got sidetracked. That was like the best couple of days of riding up there in Kernside. The shit, there's just tons of good ass.
Last time I saw you.
Hold on, Nick, you just screwed our sound up here. Hey, Nick.
Yeah.
Nick,
What?
do something with your sound, because now we got like an
You're
echo.
cutting out.
Yeah, because you do whatever with your sound.
Quentin, you're cutting out.
Nick, plug your headphones back in.
Derek, can you hear him?
We can't hear Clint.
I can't hear Clint either.
Yo, whatever you did with your...
He drinks all his tequila and then his microphone cuts out.
Really?
Plug your fucking headphones back in.
I don't know what you're saying. Oh, that fucks up the whole thing? You're kidding.
No, it's still...
Alright, how about this?
Is that working now? Can you guys hear me? Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you. Derek,
Derek
What?
looks like he can't
can
hear
you hear
anybody.
Clint or no?
I can hear Clint now.
See? Your
Why are
headphones.
my headphones the key to this whole...
Well, because you started it with it in, and then your computer, when you unplugged it, was like, what am I doing?
Alright, whatever.
So anyway,
I tried putting headphones in, it wouldn't work.
see? You guys in your headphones.
Well, now they're on, so they have to work.
Probably because Derek started his Skype and then tried to put his headphones in, and you started your Skype with headphones in and then tried to take them out.
Listen, if
See,
this thing goes smooth, I'll be
when I got
working.
on here, I saw Nick's headphones, and I was like, damn, that looks way more legit. So I was like, I need headphones. There you go. I'm gonna put them in.
You're just gonna fake them?
And just not even plug them into the...
No, I'm gonna plug them in. There's somebody right here.
It's weird because Clint starts the whole podcast and then he calls you, and then I have to answer the call from you, and then I can see you.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Listen, I didn't make Skype, dude. What do you want?
What happened there?
You guys need microphones, dude. Seriously, like, where's the two-wheel to freedom microphones at?
I know.
Yeah.
I thought about getting like a little old school looking one.
This is about the closest I'm getting to right now. I mean,
Listen, podcasting don't pay
here.
shit yet, so we ain't got no microphones.
we're live here at Two Wheels to Freedom.
There you go. You're doing a terrific job.
Yep.
So anyway, riding out at Kernside was pretty much like the best free riding spot I ever went to.
Hey, it's fucked up right now. I went out there yesterday. I
Yeah.
had to take my girlfriend out there yesterday to like show her that I could ride dirt bikes because she's never seen me ride dirt bikes.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, well, I guess we'll go out riding, and it was 100 fucking million degrees. And I rode around for like 20 minutes, and there was like everything was so fucked up.
From people
Sorry,
riding it?
You didn't hear that?
She can't. I got headphones in, dude.
Okay, you're good.
Can't hear you say any fucked up shit at all.
Okay. Fuck, shit, piss, dick. I'm just kidding.
I just said it all.
Ear,
You did?
earmuffs.
So wait, where are we talking about? Because I'm not Clint, so I don't get to go to exclusive spots.
You didn't know it. You didn't come. It was Dean last time.
Dino was out there.
Dino was
And
out
Dan.
there. It was you, Dino, and who else? Dan, huh?
Yeah.
You had the whole redneck crew with you.
Yeah. There's way more rednecks than that, brother.
I know. Trust me.
I got way more rednecks.
I was so East Coast. Hey, I was East Coast last year, you guys. You don't even know. I was so East Coast. Nick knows. I was East Coast.
I know. We rode
What do you
a couple
mean?
times.
I came and saw you guys.
Oh, yeah, I
What?
saw you. Hey, when I saw Clint, though, I was like arguing with my girlfriend. I didn't want to do anything. He was like, "You guys going out with us tonight?" I'm like, "I'm not fucking going out tonight."
Yeah, it was just me and Ray. That was it.
Yeah.
Nobody else hung out.
Yeah, but he's coming to Chicago East Coast, right?
Yeah, Ray's a bitch. Where's Ray at? Is he coming on here?
No.
Yeah, where's Ray? Let's prank call him. Call him up.
I'll,
Someone needs a prank call, Ray.
Prank
I mean,
Skype him.
I was gonna say, how the hell am I gonna prank him when he knows my number?
Well, then I'll fucking call him. I bet a guy's number. Hang on.
Ask him about his juice he's taking, dude. He's getting all pumped up.
Yo, because Ray used to be a little kid.
I know. Ray still is a little kid. Ray's like the biggest fucking little kid I know.
I don't mean the way that he acts. I mean in his size.
No, I know. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wow.
Hey, Ray is the only person I've ever met that never gets mad.
It's true.
Pretty mellow.
I've never seen Ray get mad.
You know, I want to say that I have, but I can't even really describe a time when it was like I remember him being mad about something, but I'm pretty sure I've seen him mad.
Dude, last year, like, Ray saved my life. Like, I was flipping out on Jonathan last year, like, so many times, and, like, Ray would be like, oh, dude, it's cool, just fucking chill out. Like I've never been with someone that I've been with for a year and not, like, gotten in an argument with them. Like, Ray was the only person I've ever hung out with for a year and never got mad at.
Yeah, because he just doesn't say most of the things that he thinks, so you don't get in an argument because he just doesn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't even
That's a good
express
trait to have, honestly.
Yeah.
I don't have that trait.
Where's Ray from originally? Is he
Georgia.
from Georgia?
Yeah, so
He's
when
from
I
Georgia.
moved to Georgia, and I actually was at a show or something. We had like BMX jumps or mini bike jumps in our backyard of our house, and I showed up at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon, and I'm in the kitchen like making myself lunch, and I'm looking out the back window, and there's just random kids in the backyard on like XR50s, like shredding our BMX jumps. And you could one kid was just holding her wide and just sending it because he crashed like every other jump. And then there was the other 2 kids that I'm like, yo, those 2 kids can ride. They for sure have regular bikes. So I ended up going out and talking to him, and Ray was like 15. And the other kid was like 16 or something, so I ended up asking him to come out and hit the ramps. But it's funny, Ray was like fucking 110 pounds, like throwing down on a 250.
He still is 110 pounds. What are you talking
No,
about?
he's like 150 now.
He's like 115, yeah, exactly.
With the juice.
Yeah.
With his pockets full of juice, he's 150.
Trying to get Ray on here, but
Nick, what's up with you, dude? Are you fucking done with freestyle, dude, or what?
kind of, yeah.
We talk about it on the interwebs.
Yeah, I want to ride, but it's just not happening. And then I got Bambinos. Isaac, come here.
You got babies.
I rode my bike today, probably since the first time since I saw you.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, did you guys go to a moto track when you were out there?
couple
went, like,
times, yeah.
2 or 3. We got so fucking drunk. Like, hey, literally, my lap times were getting faster after every beer. I'm not even kidding you. I don't know if it's I was riding over my head, if I was riding good.
You got
I was
loose.
getting faster by a beer.
Were you guys actually timing laps, or are you just going by how it felt?
How
I
it
got
felt.
Instagram. I got Instagram edits to prove that.
I seen it, but that doesn't mean that your lap times improved.
Hey, my lap times are pretty good. They're faster than Ray's. Okay.
They were fast.
Well, Ray was just
I was-
smooth. He's not the fastest.
Well,
Ray was smooth.
Ray had his fucking $700 fucking pipe on his bike, and I was still faster than him.
Ray was smooth, Derek was fast, and then I was just trying to like stay on the track because I was like, I got this, I can ride with these guys, and then they both had 125s.
Yeah,
My
Nick was
250
seeing
F
those
was-
triples to fucking going over berms and shit.
You had your
Brakes-
you had your cheater 125, Nick.
yeah, but I was
Hey,
running at Ray's weight, so it was okay.
Mine's a cheater 125, but it's slower than a 125.
So then, how's that work?
I don't know. I think it just sounds a lot better.
What do you got?
There's
pro
a bar
circuit on
at
it?
that track.
Does
Same bar I got kicked out of with my buddies like 2 weeks before, and then these guys called me and they're like, hey, come out to Joliet. I'm like, all right. And I get there and they're like, let's go to the bar. I'm like, ah, shit. We just got kicked out of there. It was a good time, though.
Do you think they remembered you? Did you try and go back?
Yeah, we went back.
Oh, well then.
I don't think I remember it. It was like
Yeah,
a crap.
no.
The parking lot was Chicago motocross, bro.
What?
I said we got fucked up in the parking lot. Chicago motocross.
We had a bag of Busch Light, I think.
I forgot. I didn't even realize that you guys knew each other.
This is probably one of the first podcasts where I knew who the heck we were talking to.
Every time I post up, he's like, "Who's this guy?" And I'm like, "He only like won X Games gold medal or something."
Yeah, he's like, "Who's that guy? Fucking who's Tom Parsons?" You're like, "He won fucking Gravity Games, bro, like 2007."
Yeah. I'm like,
I know of him, but I feel like I'm like butting in on Clint and some guy having a conversation.
I realized with Parsons that it went a little better because I don't actually know him that well. So we talked about subjects instead of just talking about random stories.
Hey, Tom will talk to a homeless person for like 3 hours. Trust me.
So then maybe that's what.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it was. It wasn't even us.
Hey, Scott and fucking Tom went to Panera Bread for like 2 hours. So, hey, nothing against you, Tom. If you're watching this, Tom, got mad love for you.
He ain't watching. Don't worry about it. There's probably like 2 people seeing this.
Hey, Tom's X Games. He ain't watching this shit. He's like fucking way past that.
Yeah, there's 3 people watching this right now.
Is there? I don't even have it on.
I have it on.
Damn.
That's 2 other people.
You can tell watching it?
That means there's 2 people. There's 2 people out there watching.
One of them signed off.
We made him nervous. They were like, it was Twitch, and he was like, listen, they can't see my address and know it's me, and they'll be talking about me on the internet.
No way, Twitch is watching this?
No, we don't.
Dude, no way. Hey,
this is how we start rumors. This is how we start
weed?
rumors. Hashtag Twitch is watching this.
Where's the Weed Maps fucking sponsor, Twitch?
We like to just listen. If you couldn't have figured out your camera deal, we would just have made up somebody with a more popular name with the same initials and just pretended it was them.
Like Dan Blizzarian?
Yeah, there you go. Dan Blizzarian on the show. Exactly.
They had so many fucking hot bitches on here right now.
Exactly. Yeah, who was it? Whose camera wouldn't work?
Like Dan Blizzarian. He's fucking out on the fucking beach right now, fucking chilling with babes.
Yeah. I'm down. I love that guy.
I'm chilling here in a fucking living room with a fucking giraffe.
I mean, that's pretty pimp as well.
It's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Hey, I went to English Town and rode my 450 on Sunday.
You riding dirt bikes again, Clint?
I did. I went and rode a track. It was awesome.
Really?
Yeah. I think
Are you gonna jump ramps again?
No, I'm over that.
What?
I won amateur practice though.
Did you? I win.
You won amateur practice?
Yeah.
Like
they
that.
won't let me in the pro practice because my AMA card says novice because I didn't have one for like 15 years.
AMA taking your pro card away because you're too fast or what?
Yeah. Yo, so my plan was when I got my AMA card and it literally says novice on it, and they still had the 35 plus BC class. I was like, shit, yeah, I'm in. And then they got rid of, now it's like 35 plus, like Robbie Reynard's riding it. So I'm like, I guess that dream is over.
You got Guy Cooper and Robbie Reynard.
Yeah. Yeah, that dream is over. I was like, damn it. What is going on down there?
I don't know. We got new toys showed up. There's a drone over here. There's a panda.
It's not a panda. It's a forever puppy.
It's a forever puppy, but it has its pro card.
It looks like a forever panda.
Where's Stella?
Hey, is Scott watching this shit or not?
I don't know. We don't know. We can't really tell. We're just talking
Nah,
shit.
we're just making shit up.
What do
Are you gonna do a seat surfer? What are you doing?
Yeah. Did you see Scranny on here? Can you hear me, Derek? What do you got? Generators going on? What's going on?
Hey, did you guys hear what happened today?
What?
What?
Oh, your van got stolen?
Yeah, dude.
Oh, that was yours?
Yes.
I didn't know what that was. Well, let's blast it. We'll put it on.
What?
I said we'll blast it. We'll get.
Where did it get stolen from?
My house.
Damn, in the driveway?
Dude, what the fuck is my hand going on this thing for? Oh, there it is.
Because it's in front of the camera, I'm imagining.
No, it was like
Train shot.
Oh, sorry, not to interrupt your van story. Where's your beer?
Me?
Yeah, train drink. Come
Yeah,
on.
train drink. You can't hear that? Who's that pretty lady you got
Yeah,
behind
you
you there?
hanging out with your Budweiser girlfriend or what? Oh, she's hot.
I like him brown. What can I say?
Good job, dude.
I like him brown.
Beckering doesn't
No,
discriminate.
No, my girlfriend's probably watching this right now, so I probably can't be saying shit like that.
She ain't watching it.
Your van got stolen.
Yeah.
Who's this guy?
Who's Hop Along Cassie behind you?
What? Hey, you guys gotta keep it PG rated. My girlfriend's watching this.
She's not watching
Okay,
it.
so what about the stolen van?
Keep it PG, okay?
We're not talking about chicks, man. Chill out.
The girl in the Budweiser poster. Go blast the line and calm down.
You guys want to see me ride my dirt bike live on here? Or
Yes.
That's what we were saying. Scranny
That was-
did a fucking seat stander, and then he did a handstand on his skateboard live on the show.
He said you couldn't do a mini flip, but I don't know. That's just what he
What
said.
the fuck is the front camera on this bitch?
There you go.
There
No,
it is.
that doesn't
Dan
work.
Bilzerian's on. Oh, he's back. All right. Is somebody going to film you for us? All right. For people on audio, Derek is taking his weed leaf bike
look at
off
that.
of the stand.
In his sandals.
In his sandals. This is Cali style for sure.
His flippy floppies.
Oh. Blowing little two-stroke smoke, son.
Friends watching, don't die.
I see he's got the Savage logo on there. All right now he's gleaming the cube. Wheelie time, wheelie
Oh.
boys.
Straight up.
Yo, he was
What kind of neighborhood is this?
They were posting videos of themselves riding with Wild Out Wheelie Boys all over the place when they were on the circus.
Yeah, the boys are wild.
I'm pretty
So
sure
this
they
is
were.
like a apartment complex, and we got straight ghetto. Derek popping wheelies in between everybody's minivans. Oh!
Little fender
Oh, shit.
scrapage.
It cut out right when he was like scraping. I'm like, oh, he ain't shit. This is not good.
It does that every time. This
I
stuff
know.
knows when the good stuff happens and cuts out.
It builds suspense.
Oh,
Nose
endo.
Look at this. This is impressive. For all the podcast
Vandals.
listeners.
Hey,
Vandals.
burnout.
This is awesome. That was good. That was awesome.
Listen, John Goutier, if you're watching, step it up next time you're on the podcast. We want quad burnouts.
Yeah, get in your combine, do a lap or something. I don't know.
Well, take that too. He needs to do the next podcast from the combine. Yeah.
That was impressive. I liked it.
You're
It cut
stepping
out
it up.
right as you were going 12 o'clock, and I thought you were going to eat shit.
I
And then
almost
you-
did.
No, because that's what it buffered.
It was
I had
buffering
like
it
a
new.
fucking six-pack. I'm fucking done. I didn't eat shit, honestly.
We're safety third on this show.
What?
This show's motto is safety third.
Yeah, exactly.
After E-drink. E-drink, something else, safety third.
Here, eat cheers to Derek not busting his ass bone.
Good job.
Yep.
Oh, hey, so you rode the X Games quarter pipe?
Yep.
The big air one?
I didn't ride. Okay. I think everyone thinks that the one that Colby rode.
The wooden one in the parking lot, the black one?
Yeah, that's not X Games.
What is that?
That's Nitro Circus's own deal.
Okay, so what do they got going on with that? He's dropping. Listen, spoiler alert to everybody. Go ahead.
What?
You're dropping some news that we don't know about, so we're spoiler alerting everybody.
That ramp that they were using for Nitro Circus, like Colby got invited on and all that shit.
Yeah.
That's not the ramp they're using for X Games. They're using the one that I was riding at Paula.
To dirt.
To dirt, yeah.
So what is it? So what is Nitro Circus's deal with that other one? They're trying to just feel it out and see how that goes.
I don't understand that. I don't understand that.
How do you do this?
I have no idea.
There's so many kids on this podcast. I love it. What up, dude?
What's up?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that whole deal. Like, I don't get like why they even had that
Right.
prototype deal.
Because it wasn't at their event.
I heard Pastrana's supposed to use that thing for a double flare or some bullshit.
That doesn't surprise me.
That's his final attempt at anything. Like he's just gonna
I heard
send it
that
on
At
that.
life, he's
when
like,
they took it down, I heard they were taking it down.
He's like, I'm
build
just
an
fine.
airbag for it.
I don't know.
fuck that.
That's how you know the internet, so that's like what you hear and shit. So I heard they were using it. They were taking
feel
it
like
down and
there's-
making an airbag.
There's definitely like some different like I don't know cliques or whatever you want to call them of like there's the Nitro Circus group and there's definitely like it seems like there's a at least from Instagram there's an X Games group. It doesn't seem like there's like not everybody's riding the same shit.
There's an A team and a B team, Nitro Circus team.
Let's hear it. Spill the beans.
I mean, well, so North America gets the B team, but here's the thing. It's really hard to call it a B team when it's like Javier.
Well, I'm talking like guys that are like Ryan Williams and like Bilko and like that's like the A team, like when like Sheeny and
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. Is that the Australian tour and the North American tour are going at the same time. The B tour is here, which is still Javier, Adam Jones, Mike Mason. Like the names that you're naming on the B team, you're like, what in the fuck? But then, like you said, the A team is throwing double flips like mad, 360s, body varials, and you're like, that's rough.
I was just thinking more like contests. Like it seems like X Games had their own contest like course set up, and then because Nitro Circus had their own course set up, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
And it seems like they kind of like split there or something. There was a divide, or I don't know.
Well, I mean, they're not going to have the same course, But although the anomaly is, why did Nitro Circus have a quarter pipe if there's never been a quarter pipe in their show or their contest or anything?
I don't understand why they do all these contests within like 3 weeks of each other. Like Red Bull X Fighters, Nitro Games, then X Games, all within like 3 weeks.
Because it's just like when you pull off of the highway and there's like a gas station and a gas station and a gas station and a gas station on all the corners. Or have you ever noticed, hey, auto parts stores are the worst. Wherever you find one auto parts store, literally directly across the street
like
is another one.
Or Riley's across the street.
Yeah. You're like, why did you motherfuckers put your buildings right next to each other? Why didn't you go like to the next exit?
It's like Walmart.
That's what we don't get.
Walmart and Target's always next to each other too.
Yeah, because they just want to compete. So
that's what we don't get. I feel like the bazillionaires know what's going on there.
So is Colby Raha in X Games for Mega Quarter Pipe or whatever? You don't know?
How do I get my stick?
All right, we got some kind of rift going on here. We'll just not address it.
That's yeah, he is. He's going to X Games right now.
So, okay. So that's why I thought that, I was like, is that not there? So you rode X Games one. Why didn't you go earlier and get in on that shit?
Okay, that's why I'm shaking my head right now, because I'm punching myself in the fucking dick right now.
Because you didn't jump on the fucking thing and go there and ride it all the time, so you didn't get invited.
Yep. I went down there fucking last week, and before that thing, way before that shit was gone, the quarter pipe was already gone at Nitro Games. So I went down there to try and ride the quarter pipe. I don't expect nothing. I just went down there to go and try and ride the quarter pipe and see how I can do on it. And I went down there and I was like kicking myself in the ass because I'm like, this is like my shit right here. Like,
Yeah.
this is like what I could actually be good at. Like, 'cause I.
Oh, sabotage, dude. They shut him down.
Did X Games just jump into our feed and fucking shut us off?
Yeah, they were like, no, end it. Finish him, Zuckerberg.
Damn you, Viacom.
Brain, you tell them about the New World Order. They're coming for us,
Tell
right?
them about Viacom and the New World Order.
She goes, I don't even know.
What
This
about
is,
the Illuminati, Bryn?
What about the Illuminati?
What?
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
Show him the forever puppy.
The Illuminati, you know. Look at how big his eyes are. That's an Illuminati symbol.
He's like, oh, puppy.
Tongue out is also all the Illuminati do that.
What is he doing? What's Clint doing?
What is he saying?
He's having tequila.
You say it.
You say it.
We can hear you guys. Let's see it.
Shit! Can't whisper. I don't know. You know who this guy is?
Earmuffs.
Oh, no. Oh, we got a drone. Hang on.
Oh no! What happened?
We gotta turn it up.
Do you even drone, bro?
Oh, what the heck? It didn't turn on.
Until Derek comes back, we'll fly the drone around.
Right now, how old is Ike?
3?
Right now, there's a 3-year-old driving a drone into the ceiling, apparently.
Who's gonna play? Hang on, where'd he go? Hang on.
Nick's drinking Modelo. The kids are driving, flying drones into the ceiling. It's mayhem.
Somebody
over
set
there.
off the alarm outside. Hey, hang on, you trashed it, dude. Give it to me. Where is Derek?
Do you think he's still talking and thinking that we're there?
I don't know, dude.
Do you think he's
It's
just
Skype.
He's
You know who runs Skype, right?
He's still telling his story. X Games, Viacom, Facebook.
Bill Gates. Bill Gates, dude.
Is he friends with? X Games? Bill Gates
Probably
loves X Games.
hates them all.
Hey,
Hey, shh.
hey, all children, settle down.
They can't hear you.
Settle down.
I
Children.
can't. Oh.
He's back. He's
I
back.
hear more kids.
Yeah, that's mine.
Wait,
Damn, Bilzerian, you're back.
technical difficulties?
You figured it out now.
Well, I'm back, dog.
All right.
I'm back.
All right.
Let me fly it.
He's swapped now. He's got a dip in.
What was I
Let me
saying?
fly it.
You were talking about kicking yourself because you went down there and, hey, Nick,
Yeah.
settle your kids down. We're trying to run a show here.
Flying a drone, dude.
Are you
All right,
playing fish spinners, dog?
Yeah, he's
No, I
figure
got a
spinning.
drone, dude.
No, I.
So you're talking about you. We're gonna have to not scream, Nick. So right now, for people on audio, Nick is driving a drone around the
I can't hear
camera.
you. Nick is too busy flying the drone.
I know. And he's just drunk and
All right.
laughing. There's kids screaming everywhere. It's like mayhem. Listen.
Alright, I'm done.
It sounds like Chuck E. Cheese at Nick's house right now.
Yeah. Is that Chuck E. Cheese?
I'm at the office. I came up here to hide. They showed up.
Listen,
Oh.
people.
Alright.
So you rode the quarter pipe, and you're mad because you're like, this is my shit. This is my jam.
Yeah. Yeah, because I fucking suck at freestyle. I fucking suck at everything else. So I'm like, I went down there.
don't know that I would agree with that, but go ahead.
I went down there to ride the quarter pipe, and I hit that thing like probably 4 times, and I'm like, I literally was like, fuck, I just like missed my total opportunity on like being something fucking cool for once.
Only this year.
No, I know. That's why I want to get back down there, but they took the quarter pipes from Pala right now back to X Games Minneapolis, so I can't go down there and ride it right now, but I'm hoping they bring them back so I can ride them all year long.
Yeah. I'm sure that, you know, here's the thing is that you can't put a thing like, that's the whole reasoning behind Nitro having the course set up out west and at Travis's place where people can go, because, you know, it's basically like people are obviously going to bitch if you have, say, a front flip ramp and nobody else has access to it, then it's kind of like a cheater move. So in order to make these obstacles a mainstay, they're going to have to provide a place for people to try them. So hopefully, like you said, afterwards they bring it back, set it back up. Now it gives you all year to practice on it. They can see who's ripping it. I feel like you have the from the pictures I saw, you look pretty comfortable.
See, that's where I fucked up, because I feel like I had my opportunity this year to do that same shit what you're talking about, like go down there and ride in front of these people. But I had fucking 3 shows in 3 weekends, and I was gone. And when I got home, I messaged Bell, and Bell was like, "Oh, I was like, can I come down and ride it?" And he was like, "Yeah, you can come down and ride it, no problem." So I was like, "Cool." This was Saturday, so Sunday I wake up, and I'm like, "Oh shit, it's Mother's Day." So I did like Mother's Day shit. So the next day I messaged him, and he's like, "Okay, they're doing Nitro World qualifiers down here today, and they might ride tomorrow." So I went down that night, and I was riding Pala the same day, and I'm on Instagram while I'm at Pala. And I watched videos of him and Josh Hill and all them riding the quarter pipe, and I'm like, fuck. I'm like, I could have been there right now. So I fucking got like on Instagram, like telling him like, "Hey, are you guys gonna be there for a while?" And he's like, "Oh no, we're leaving in like an hour or 2." So I had no time to be there, and no one like gave me a heads up like they were riding this week. So I mean, it's all kind of my fault. I should have been down there, and I should have done it. I should have stepped up, but
no, they just don't love their moms. I can't believe they bailed on them like that.
I just feel like I'll have my time one day. I'm just waiting for my time. It's been a couple of years.
So now that you know that, though, and you realized your mistake, you need to just correct that. Because I think that you obviously have the ability, and it's just the fact of being there and having, like we just talked about, the people that matter, seeing that you can do it. And I have no doubt that you can send a fucking quarter pipe and probably get way the fuck under that.
Yeah, because before that shit was happening, like I saw Scotty Stevens and Bryce Hudson and a couple other people, and they were like, "Dude, how come you're not riding the quarter pipe right now? Like, what are you doing?" And I'm like, "I don't know. What the fuck?" Even Scott was telling me, "You need to get the fuck down there and ride that shit," and I was just being an idiot.
Well, where the fuck's Scranny at? That guy can ride too. Where the fuck's he doing? See, that's
Scranny's the man, dude.
Everybody likes to go, "You should be doing this because you got talent," but they don't want to look at themselves and be like, "Maybe I should fucking buckle down and get in on this shit."
I know Scott's watching this shit right now. I told Scott.
That's fine.
When I was down there, I told Scott, he was like, "You think I could jump it?" And I was like, "There's only one way to find out." Because I went down there because we were riding the freestyle course, and Tom and Jared were like, "Do you want to go down and ride the quarter pipe?" And that's like what I went down there to ride pretty much. But like, you know, like when you get down there, you're like, I'm kind of eating my words right now. Like, fuck, like what I get myself into. So I wasn't trying to like mention the quarter pipe right away. So they're like, "Let's go ride the quarter pipe." So I'm like, okay, I need to get this shit over with. Fucking fine, I need to get over with. You know what I mean? So we ride down there, and I'm like probably a football field away from the quarter pipe, like looking at it. And I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. It don't look that fucking gnarly.
Yeah, from 100 yards away.
Yeah, then I get up to the thing, and I'm like, I like got to my front tire to the bottom of it, and there's like 4 feet of transition and straight up vert. And the landing is like not the smoothest landing in the whole world. So I'm like,
No, it looked pretty hard pack and like rough.
bumpy. Yeah. So I'm like, and I have stock suspension. So I'm like, this does not look like something I'm gonna fucking be able to pull off right now.
Whose ramp is that?
What?
Whose whole setup is that? Like, whose setup is that?
It's Paula's.
But, like, who?
Well, so Trick Factory.
Any riders come up with that?
No. Trick Factory, right?
Yeah, Matt
McCall, Trick Factory. He manages Paula. He also builds the ramps. So he builds all of X Games ramps. Yeah. So he, has to deal with X Games and with Paula. So he built the quarter pipe ramps and they set them up there.
Yep. Yeah. So I turn around and I'm like getting out of the way for everyone. I ride away back to like the starting area, whatever you want to call it. And Jared turns around and Jared hits it first fucking jump. Like, I mean, gnarly. I'm like, holy fuck. I'm like, I'm definitely not jumping that thing now. Like, he made it look so intense. So I'm like sitting there, and then Tom jumps it. Tom jumps it pretty mellow. So I'm like, okay. So they jump it a couple times, and they come up to me, and they're like looking at me like, you gonna go? And I shut my bike off, and I'm like, I don't know about this, dude. And they're all trying to talk me into it. And Jared's like, you can go off it small. You can go off it real small. Watch, mate. Right at the road. So, what's up, boys? So, Tom Jared goes first. And Jared goes off the side of it. And almost high sides the thing. And almost fucking eats shit. And he's riding back around. And he's like looking at me like, oh, fuck no, mate. That's just way easier to go off the top. And I'm like, yeah, fuck that. I'm not going off the top right now. So I'm sitting there with like my fucking dick between my legs, like I'm not jumping this fucking thing. So I'm sitting there, and Tom like starts his bike up and takes off. And Tom goes to jump, and Tom goes off the same line Jared went off the side. It made it look so fucking easy, like it was just like butter. You know how Tom does that shit. Yeah. Tom just makes shit look effortless.
Tom Parsons?
Yeah.
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 So as soon as Tom landed, I already had my bike started up. I was already like so ready to jump that thing. And I got like 20 feet before the ramp, and I almost hit the brakes. And then I was like, nope, I'm hitting the gas. And I fucking went off the thing. I went off like almost the top. And I hit it pretty good for the first time. And as soon as I landed, I'm like, that's on now. I'm fucking ready to send this shit. So I jumped it probably 15 times that day. And I was getting like way too like cocky, like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, I should probably stop while I'm ahead today and come back tomorrow because I'm going to fucking either eat shit or fucking be a hero today. So I stopped being a smart person, came back the next day, and I started going like probably 5 feet fucking higher. And then I came home, whatever. So I just need to go back down there and get like, because Jared had like 2 weeks on it, and I only had 2 days on it. So I need to get like a good solid 2 weeks on that quarter pipe, and I think I'll be good.
How far away is that shit from you? Oh, it's like 4 hours or something, isn't it?
3 hours, yeah. 3.5 hours.
You got anybody down there you can stay with?
No, I've been staying at my buddy's house. You know Jason Springfield?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been staying at Jason's house.
Okay. Yeah, I met him when I was out there maybe like the first time or something. That dude's had like a bunch of unfortunate injuries, huh?
Yeah, he's all fucked off right now, dude.
Yeah. I met him, and then he was riding, and then he got hurt, and then he came back, and then he got hurt again. And I'm like, fuck, this guy just keeps getting.
He's dealing with like custody bullshit that's fucking his head all up to where he can't ride.
Yeah, that'll do that. I've been around some of that shit.
He just he had a show in Montana that he was supposed to do, and I was doing a show with the guy that was going with him the next weekend. Couple weeks ago, and he crashed on a flip and broke his collarbone. Jason did.
Yeah.
I'm checking into the hotel that next morning, and that dude showed up, and I'm like, "Hey, dude, you talked to Jason yet?" And he's like, "No." I'm like, "He fucking broke his collarbone. He's fucking not riding that show or whatever." So he was all tripping out on me and shit. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do? I was trying to get Eric Farr to do the show for him, and he did not want Eric Farr to do it.
Oh yeah. Huh.
I don't know.
People are weird.
Nick, what's up? You been jumping over landings anymore, or what?
But what?
You been jumping over landings at all?
No, I haven't. I haven't even
Not
tried.
since he rode indoor with you.
Was that you? Who was that video you posted where the dude over jumps to landing?
Yeah, I did that one time.
That was you. I knew that was you.
That was a 450. That was excessive. I don't need all that.
Were you like, there was so many hot babes here? You're like, I'm just gonna send it right now.
No, it's practice.
I don't know what happened. That was like you get anxious, anxious before jumping, but then I got nervous when I was down there. I don't ride a 450. Ray's got 20 pounds on me, and then it just went, and I was like, oh, this sucks. But
Hey, do you guys know that Polo guy?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah, I rode with him.
You did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta go to a show for him beginning of August.
In Colombia?
He's cool.
Have you rode his setup yet?
No.
No.
No?
When I first started going to Colombia, Javier hooked me up with it. Pollo had bikes and ramps, and they would just rent that stuff from him. Maybe he didn't even have ramps.
I guess I'm riding a 450. I haven't ridden a 450 in a while.
What do you ride? Oh, yeah, two-stroke.
You ride everything, though. I've seen you on 250s, 250, two-strokes.
Last year when I left on tour, I had that 450 that I left on tour. I was Scott's bike. It was Scraney's bike. And Scraney gets the hours out of his bike. You know what I mean? Scraney rides his shit to full potential. So when I left on tour, that thing probably had about 200 fucking hours on the goddamn thing with a stock top end. So by the time me and Ray got to New York, it had like 300 hours on it. And I'm like, this thing's going to blow up, and I'm going to have to fucking go home because I'm not going to be able to fucking get this bike rebuilt in time, you know what I mean? So Ray, we were sitting out there one day, and Ray was like, I'll sell you my bike for $3,000. And I'm like, $3,000? I'm like, I haven't ridden a two-stroke in forever. I'm like, fuck it. I'm like, all right, cool. So I put my bike on Instagram and shit, and one of those bike life dudes hit me up from New York. He had like 100,000 fucking followers on Instagram, and he was like, I want to buy your bike today. And Ray was like, well, I gotta wait till Sunday till we get paid again so I can buy a new one. So fucking Sunday came, that dude drove from New Jersey to New York, bought my bike, and then me and Ray drove to New Jersey the next day to a dealership. He bought a brand new bike, and then I bought his bike. And then we fucking switched over bikes pretty much. That's how I went back to
Where did you post that for those bike life guys to see it? Because I got a 450 and I got a 250 about ready to go for sale.
Hey, post it in New York or New Jersey, dog?
I'm in New Jersey.
Where at? New York?
I work like fucking 20 minutes from Newark.
Post it in Bronx. Post it in Bronx, Brooklyn, anything like that. You send me a picture. I'll post it for you right now.
All right. It's actually McCarty's old 450.
You got a pink slip for it?
Yeah.
That's all they care
in
about.
hand, son.
That's all they want is pink slips, dog.
I got title in hand. It's ready to rock. Although the suspension is hard as a motherfucker because it was McCarty's. And he's a big dude and he sends it. I got that thing and I was like, I'm just going to keep backing these clickers out because it's way too fucking hard.
Yep.
Yo, it was seriously the way he had it set. What is that? He's got to weigh like 200 pounds or something.
McDonald's?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking a big boy.
Yeah. Yo.
I did a show with him like 2 weeks ago. And it was me, Scotty, and McNarls, and Nick Dunn.
Uh-huh.
And Scotty like made an excuse why he couldn't ride like the first like 10 minutes of the show. He was like, "Oh, my suspension's fucked up. I can't ride it." And McNarls was like, "Give me your fucking bike. I'll ride that fucking bike right now. You see it? That dude's gnarly."
Yeah, that's why his name is McNarls.
Yep.
So I went to ride the bike and I was jumping and it literally just went. It never compressed at all off the ramp. I'm pretty sure I'm like 8 clicks softer than what he had it when I fucking, what I got it. At least.
Hey, I need a beer, boys. Hold on.
Yeah.
1 second, beer.
Hurry up. Bring me up to speed, Clint. I want to pee my pants.
We were talking about that black Honda that I've been riding in McNarls and why the suspension is so fucking hard and trying to sell it to bike life people so they can do wheelies on it. I'm going to tell them it's got extra. I'm going to tell them it's got extra hard suspension for doing wheelies.
Yeah, you need that, or you don't. No one really knows. There we go. What do we got?
Same thing.
Oh, come on. Racer.
Racer 5,
I like it.
India Pale Ale.
It's like California shit, Doug.
This is as California as I get was Modelo.
You got the Modelo?
I got the Mexico shit.
Oh, look at this Puerto Rican whiskey right there.
Is it really?
No, it's Mexican tequila.
That's Puerto Rican whiskey. I had Red Stripes, and then all my buddies drank it.
I thought
I saw your Red Stripes.
Nick just locked up. He just He just seized. You're seized up, Nick. I think he heat seized.
You guys like IPAs?
They give me headaches.
I know, but you guys, I don't know.
Am I the only one that drinks IPAs?
No, my girlfriend likes IPAs a lot.
My girlfriend hates IPAs.
Oh my gosh, what happened? 6 inches.
Be nice to the damn cat.
My girlfriend hates IPAs, and your girlfriend likes IPAs?
Yeah.
Like,
and then Nick just intervenes whenever he wants.
Yeah. I can't drink Bud Light anymore, dude.
Why?
It's like water to me.
Did Ray fucking ruin you on Bud Lights?
I just jump in.
Ray ruined me on fucking Fireball, dude.
Sounds about right. Although he took the fucking pussy route because...
Hey, Ray's the man.
I taught Ray how to drink whiskey when he was too young.
Dude, hey, Ray goes on an autopilot when he's drunk.
He does. Which, it's hard to tell when he's on autopilot or when he's just being quiet.
We were drinking...
on autopilot. Hey, one night, we were all drunk in the trailer, and I was like, I'm going to go to sleep. So he was like, okay. So I go to sleep, and I'm up in the bed, and all of a sudden I hear the camper door fucking like slam fucking shut. And I'm like, was that Ray? So I walk outside, and I'm like standing in like the doorway of the camper, and he's outside of the camper in his underwear, walking back and forth, like pacing back and forth. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? And he's like, I saw, dude, I saw. And I'm like, I saw, dude. And he's like, he just kept walking back and forth. And I was like, okay. So I just slowly shut the camper door, and I was like, I'm going back to fucking bed, dude. And I don't know what the fuck he did after that, but he was pacing back and forth for like 10 minutes in front of the camper.
Sometimes the guy's got to pace.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I don't feel like I'd get that pasted.
We were in Washington, D.C., and I was with my ex at the time, so I wasn't like partying or like doing nothing, like getting all crazy and shit. So I was like chilling out in the camper. So him and Jolson one night, we're in Washington. They're like, we got a bunch of ecstasy. So I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, hell yeah. So him and Jolson are fucking getting all X'd out. So I'm sitting in the camper like watching like Superbad or something, and they were literally, it was like, I'm not even joking you, it was like fucking 35, 40 degrees outside in fucking Washington, D.C. Fucking, and they were partying with the Mexicans in an empty semi-trailer, like with tables and chairs, just partying out, and they kept walking back in my trailer with their t-shirts tied around their heads, like fucking sweating balls. It's 40 degrees outside. They have like gym shorts on, no socks on, no t-shirt on, their t-shirt tied around their head. Like, it was fucking insane.
You know what's insane, Derek? That you just
Yeah, I know
sat,
Goodyear.
you know what's insane? That you just sat in the trailer and watched this good time go down, and you didn't partake at all.
And I watched it for 6 months, and as soon as we split up, I was full on like fucking fired up, ready to fucking go.
You were like, quit hiding and start dividing, son.
Yep, pretty much.
Yeah.
Hey, did you guys ever? You know Jake Goodyear, right?
Oh yeah, the snake.
Yeah.
Are we throwing people under the bus here?
We're just
Dude, I don't
listen.
give a
Here
fuck,
comes
dude.
a
I will
bus.
fucking, hey, if Jake Goodyear's watching right now, I'll beat that kid's ass.
I know you told me that last time, and then you said you guys
What did he
talked it out
do?
and you were cool.
Yeah, we're cool, but he's still a piece of shit.
Is that Cali cool?
What?
Is that Cali cool?
No, it's like fucking not even Kelly cool.
What happened?
It's like fucking Montana cool right now.
What's So what happened? Let's hear it.
That's a good story. I've heard this one.
Oh yeah.
You want to hear it?
Let me put the headphones in.
Yeah.
Even harder.
So you met the snake.
You want to hear it?
Yeah. You met the snake, obviously.
I did. I've rode more shows with the snake than probably most anybody.
We're in Atlanta. We're in Atlanta, Georgia, right? Atlanta, fucking Georgia. I've never met Jay Goodyear in my whole life. Didn't know his fucking story. Didn't know he was a fucking tweaker. Didn't know none of that shit. So, well, actually, no, wait. I'll take this back to Jacksonville, Florida. We'll take this back to Jacksonville. So we're in Jacksonville, and Jolson offers him a beer. And he looks at Jolson, and he was like, I haven't had a beer in 2 months, blah, blah, blah. And then we're like, okay, right. He's like, I was in rehab and all this shit. And we're like, okay, cool. So we leave that night and go back to our trailer, and Jolson's like, dude, I hope I'm not the one that, like, got him started back, like, on his, like, binge of fucking, like, getting fucked up again. And I'm like, dude, don't worry about it. Like, fuck, what are you tripping on? So we leave fucking Jacksonville, and, like, it went from us giving him a beer, like, a night to him, like, coming up and, like, having, like, an 18 box and shit, like, on his own. So we were like, okay, cool, you got your own beer? Sick. So we get to fucking Atlanta, Georgia.
He's on tour with you guys, obviously, at this point.
Yeah, he's on tour with us. So he had brought a buddy from Colorado, and he was staying in his buddy's trailer at the circus, and his buddy was on unemployment. So his buddy was just along for the ride just to hang out at the circus and, like, make sure Jake had a place to live and shit. So we're there, like, the first week, and they were like, hey, we're going to go party with Ray Bennett. And I'm like, okay, cool. I can't go tonight because I got to hang out with my chick, or I got to talk to my chick on the phone tonight. So, like, I never met Ray before. So, like, we're gonna go hang out with Ray. So they take off to go hang out with Ray. And they went to Ray's girlfriend's house at first. And then they went to a strip club. And then they were going to go to a fucking diner. Well, they were leaving the strip club, and they were walking down the street to, like, some diner, and Goodyear met some tweaker on the fucking corner, and they could get him, like, Coke or whatever, and Goodyear was like, yeah, fuck, I want to get some Coke. So Goodyear tells Jolson and Ray, hey, I'll meet you guys at the diner. I'll fucking be there in, like, 20 minutes. So Jolson gives Jake, like, $100 to get some blow, too, for him. So they fucking Jake Goodyear takes off, right? And I'm at the camper by myself hanging out. So all of a sudden, it's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm hanging out in the camper, like, pretty much passed out of sleep. And all of a sudden, my door opens to, like, my camper, like the fifth wheel part of the trailer where my bed is. And someone unplugs my heater and takes it out of the room and shuts my door. So I'm, like, pissed off, and I'm like, motherfucker, I'm like, I want to beat Jake's ass right now. So I, like, walk out of, like, my room to open up the door, and I open up the door, and there's 2 homeless black tweaker chicks fucking smoking heroin on the kitchen table, cooking bacon in the microwave. And I'm, like, really, like, rolling my eyes, like, what the fuck is going on right now? So as I'm, like, sitting there, like, trying to, like, process all this shit, Goodyear opens up the door to the camper, and he's, like, walking back in the camper, and he's like, oh, what's up, dude? And I'm like, what's going on, dude? And he's like, not much. And I'm like, where's Jolson and Ray at? And he's like, I don't know. So I'm like, okay. So I walk out of the camper, like outside, and like he's inside with the tweakers. So I get on my phone and I call fucking Jolson, and I'm like, hey, where the fuck are you guys at right now? And he's like fucking panicking, like freaking out. Dude, we're looking for Goodyear right now. Fucking someone kidnapped Goodyear. He's fucking gone. Fucking blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, Goodyear is here right now at my trailer fucking smoking dope with fucking 2 tweakers cooking bacon in the microwave. Fucking 2 black homeless tweakers with no teeth. And, like, I can hear his Goodyear's buddy, like, that brought him there, like, freaking out in the background. And he's like, we're getting an Uber to the fucking circus right now. And I'm like, okay, hurry the fuck up. So I hang up and I walk back in the camper. And Goodyear's in there with the fucking tweakers smoking fucking dope off a fucking Brillo pad or whatever in there. I don't even care if Goodyear's watching this shit right now. You're a tweaker. Fuck you. Anyways, so fucking I walk
shit,
in.
we gotta call TMZ. What's happening? I feel like I should have a big straw coming out of my drink.
Yeah. So I walk in there.
I'm a lawyer.
Did you hear what Beckering just said?
I'm like being pretty polite. I'm like, hey, dude. I'm like, you need to get out of here, dude. I'm trying to go to sleep right now. And he's like, oh, dude, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm like, get out of here right now. So he like leaves the fucking trailer and goes back to his buddy's trailer. I'm like getting ready to go to bed, and all of a sudden I hear like a beating sound, and I open up the camper door, and I look outside. And Goodyear has a fucking screwdriver with a hammer in his buddy's camper door, and he's beating the lock off, and he got the lock open.
Oh my God.
And he's like getting in the fucking camper. So I called Jolson back, and I'm like, hey, dude, I'm like, I got him out of my camper, but they're in your buddy's camper right now. So he's like, fucking like, what the fuck? We're almost back there right now. So I walk outside the camper when he tells me that, and like they're literally like pulling up in the Uber, and they're like hopping the gate. And his buddy runs to his camper, and he's, like, opening up the door. And I'm, like, standing outside, like, watching this shit, like TMZ would. And he fucking – his buddy pulls the door open, and I'm, like, watching outside. And all of a sudden he goes in, and there's just bags of shit getting thrown out of the door. And it's all those homeless chicks' shit. And he's, like – he walks outside, and he's dumping all their bags of shit out on the floor. Like, screaming, like, did you fucking steal shit? Did you steal shit, you tweaker bitch? Like, all this shit. It was crazy, right? So,
what did that guy have to do at the circus? He just drove around? That guy just drove around with his camper following the circus? Or did he work at the circus?
He drove Goodyear there. It was Goodyear's buddy, and he drove Goodyear there to help him out.
Damn.
So, he's like flipping out on Goodyear, and that dude walks out. He's dumping this shit out, and Goodyear walks out. He's so fucked up. He doesn't even know what's going on. He's just like, "Oh, what's going on?" Like, just doesn't even give a fuck in the world. So, his buddy is like beating on all the camper doors of the circus, like the tiger guy, the dog people, like the fucking Wheel of Death people, like just waking them all up, like to get them outside, saying there's tweakers here trying to steal his shit. So they all wake up. Everyone's outside, like, fucking wigging out, like, what's going on right now? No one knows what the fuck's going on. So, fucking Goodyear, like, takes off on his bicycle, like, just rides off on his bicycle for a second and comes back. And we're standing there, and all of a sudden, this car pulls up to this fence, like, for the circus. And they're, like, getting out of the car, and Goodyear rides up to him, and we're like, what the fuck is going on? And they're, like, looking through, like, they're looking on the ground and shit. And Goodyear's looking on the ground, and they finally leave, and Goodyear comes back, and he's like, oh, I owe them money, fucking, I was trying to pretend that I was looking for money for them that I dropped on the ground and all this shit. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm seriously thinking I'm, like, in a dream right now. So his buddy's, like, kicking all of his shit out, fucking left all of his shit. Like, it literally looked like Sanford and Son. His buddy left all of his shit in the fucking pile of the parking lot. And Goodyear finally took off again on his bicycle and went back into the tweaker neighborhood. And I'm like, I'm going to fucking bed. Fuck Goodyear. Fuck all this shit. Like, I'm going to wake up in the morning and do my job and fucking get my shit done. I wake up the next morning. His buddy's camper's gone. Goodyear's bike's sitting out there. His dirt bike, his clothes, his fucking tin, his cooking utensils. Like, everything's just piled out in front of his fucking where his buddy's camper was. And then I'm like standing out there, and all of a sudden I see Goodyear riding back up or walking back up. And he's like, someone stole my, or he's like, oh, my fucking buddy stole my fucking bicycle and all this shit. And I was like, dude, you rode off on your bicycle last night, dude. I'm like, don't try and fucking tell me you got your fucking bike jacked. You rode off on your bike last night. You got your fucking bike jacked or some bullshit. And he's like, yeah, whatever. So he like comes back into our trailer. He's like trying to lay down on the bed and go to sleep. And I go into the circus to get my bike. And the lady from the circus was like, I need to talk to all you guys right now. And I'm like, I already know what the fuck's going on. Okay. So I walked back in the circus, and I got Jake and Eric Farr. I'm like, they want to have a meeting with us. So we walked back in there, and they were like, they sit us down, and I was like, hey, before you guys can say anything, I was like, I don't know that tweaker motherfucker. I was like, I could give a fuck less about that dude that was here earlier. I was like, if I have to lose my job and drive back to California right now because of that motherfucker, I was like, fuck that. I was like, fire him. Get rid of him right now. Like, I didn't give a fuck, dude. I pretty much told him, like, you're done. Like, I don't want him here anymore. So they were like, okay, we're going to fire him. So they walked back to the trailer with us, and he was all coming down in the trailer, like, asleep. So they woke him up and fired him. Then he called his dad, and he had to stay in our trailer for 3 days while fucking his dad came and got him from Philadelphia.
In Philly?
Yeah. Or no, we were in Atlanta, but his dad lives in Philly, so his dad went from Philly to Atlanta.
Damn. So that's what happened there. I seen that he left, but I didn't.
Yeah, and when his dad came and got him, his dad was like, he's the dumbest motherfucker I've ever fucking met in my whole entire life, blah, blah, blah.
He was talking about his kid?
Yeah, talking about his own kid. And Jonathan had called them right after he got fired and told him, like, hey, you can come to the Vasquez tour in 2 months and start another tour. And he was like, his dad was like, yeah, Jonathan told me that he wants to come ride for the Vasquez tour. He was like, if he hires my son, he's the dumbest motherfucker I've ever met in my whole entire life. And sure as shit, he hired fucking Jake. And 2 months later, fucking Jake's fucking ended up in the back of the fucking landing, fucking in the hospital.
Yeah, and I seen him being like, blaming other people, like, for that whole thing. Somebody did this and that. And that's
yeah, he
why
tried
I
blaming all
crashed.
kinds of shit, dude.
That's all I'm saying.
I take no joy in that entire story.
That's
Hey,
Depressing.
and we were in Philly like 3-4 months later in Philly doing shows. And I had kind of got over his like bullshit. I was like, you know what? Whatever, dude. You made a mistake. Fucking, you're a piece of shit. Really don't care.
That's a mellow
I
way to
forgive
put it.
you. You're a piece of shit.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat shit, dude. Honestly, if you're a fucking heroin addict tweaker and you're gonna get me fired from my own job, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah,
So,
fuck you, Nick.
anyways, he shows up. He's like, he's
Sorry,
texting me
Clint.
saying, "Oh, are you guys in Philly? I want to come watch your guys' show." I'm like, yeah, you can come. I'll get you tickets. This motherfucker showed up at the show with the two of the most heroin addict motherfuckers I've ever seen in my whole entire life. This dude was nodding out in our trailer on our couch. Like, full on, like, falling asleep on our couch.
There you go.
So, Derek, what is your
What?
Look at this guy. What do you live in the Midwest? You ain't got shitty internet?
Me?
No. Obviously not you.
Who's that
This other guy that keeps
That's-
freezing up.
guy?
Dude, I think Nick Gore's fucking kids are playing Pokemon Go or something.
Yeah.
For 20 minutes.
Are your kids playing Pokemon Go? Are they on their iPads? What's going on?
If my
Yeah,
kids play Pokemon, I'm hitting them. I'm abusing them. You guys been skipping the whole
Well,
time.
they're stealing
the
your
whole
fucking
story about
internet right now.
Good, you're tweaking.
The kids are stealing your tweaker internet. Oh, now Dan Bilzerian's gone.
See? Kids are flying their drones around, just shutting us down.
I think
This is the future.
Beckering was stealing your internet.
Can we talk dirty now?
Haven't
We talk dirty.
Haven't we been? Yeah. Man,
Yeah, I
we're
think I've been on like a full like shit talking mode like this whole fucking conversation.
yeah, that's fine. We like it. We don't give a fuck. Robbie
Yeah.
Marshall was mad at Geico Honda, so I mean, You know what I mean?
Fuck Robbie Marshall. He's mad because I asked if he rode a Yamaha. This
No.
motherfucker asked if I ride a Yamaha.
No,
What the
he
fuck
wasn't
would you
mad.
ride? I don't know.
He wasn't mad. His friends were mad. His friends started texting him all mad.
Yeah, then his ego got all pumped up. He's like, who asked if I rode a fucking Yamaha? You ride a two-stroke. What else do you ride?
Hey, did you see?
Oh, you ride a KTM.
Did you watch Southwick?
Yeah,
No,
They
just
showed
watched it today. I saw Marshall on the standings.
Hey, put Southwick on right now.
You didn't watch the first moto, did you?
No, man. I went golfing this Saturday, and my buddies show up at 7. Do you know how early it is? That's fucking early as balls.
You didn't golf.
No, I didn't. It was awful. It was horrible.
You didn't even golf, bro.
I was taking a nap by, I think, 11, and then I woke up at 2 or something.
So anyway, on the first moto broadcast, they showed Robbie. He happened to be tired at the point that they showed him, and he started looking around for people fucking trying to catch him. And then he like caught his wits about him. This is literally while they were filming him. You could see him catch his breath, and then like be like, "All right, I'm putting another charge on," and start. Some dude like as they were showing him, some guy passed him, and then you could see him like buckle down and like catch his breath, and then like go back after the guy.
Was he riding a two-stroke or not?
Yeah, he's riding KTM 252 stroke, and he was like running like 22nd in the first moto. I'm not sure what he finished, and then when they
It was the YZ250 Yamaha.
yeah.
Yamaha's his favorite bike ever.
Rides Yamahas.
Yo, this guy's gonna, if he ever goes to Massachusetts, he's gonna get beat up by Robbie Marshall's friends for
Does
saying
Robbie
that.
Marshall, hey, Nick, Robbie Marshall rides Yamahas, right?
He froze up.
Yeah, they're like the sickest Yamahas. They're overboard fucking YZ80s. Dude, if I ever go to Massachusetts, I'm getting roughed up anyway, so it's happening.
Yeah, Massachusetts.
Yo,
This
I brought
fucking guy over here go fuck himself. I'm Robbie, yeah, drinking fucking Bloody Marys.
Yeah, I'm fucking Robbie Marshall, drinks the Jaeger bombs and shit, yeah.
I feel like you guys have New Jersey accents right now, but it's fine.
Yeah, I've been fucking New Jersey, yeah.
What's the difference?
Yeah, fucking, you got bumps out
You
that
should-
shit, eh?
You should hear Dan do a fucking Chicago accent. He sounds
Fucking Chicago accent.
handicap.
Nick, you sound like you
Hey,
got
do you guys?
Nick, you got a fucking UP, a Michigan
Everyone's
accent.
cutting out.
You back yet?
Michigan?
UP.
Hey, did you guys get my burnout on the live podcast? Or not?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, dude, live. So retweet and re-fucking whatever, and then we'll podcast
I
that
just
shit.
roasted off like 3 hill sessions for you guys.
You what?
Well,
I just roasted off like 3 hill sessions of tires for you guys.
Well, you're not
you're
getting
welcome.
any You're not getting any
You're
money
welcome.
because we don't get paid from this, so you're out of luck.
Yeah. Just put the check in the mail, okay?
Yeah, you're gonna listen. You're
I'm
gonna
gonna
have
send
to.
you like the shittiest tire ever.
You're gonna have to jump honey badger in the dry ass dirt like I did. All
I'll
right.
jump at butt naked in my fucking underwear or my fucking dry. I'll jump at butt naked on a supermoto bike right now.
Well, what are we doing? We did a podcast. And none of this stunt shit was going down.
Hey, we should do
Well-
this another time, but we'll go live in the hills.
Yo, I'm down.
Let's do it. You could tape a phone to your fucking visor.
Whatever. You and Scranny, we need to do a podcast. You and
I'll
Scranny.
I'll make it look like I'm like Twitch or something. Make it look like I'm building the jump real quick, and then like act like I'm jumping it.
Whatever works.
Yeah, you can just be like, I shoveled all this by myself.
Exactly.
And then
like Jeff Emmett.
and
Like I'm Jeff Emmett, fucking shift photo shoot. I'm gonna shovel this whole jump by myself.
there
I'm
you
gonna get
go.
a shot off of it.
And then I'm gonna jump it with some hot chick with her in her bikini.
Something like that. It happens.
Somebody added a photo of me on Facebook. My computer just alarmed me.
You got a photo on your face? You got a photo on your MySpace?
Yeah. MySpace
Can I be on
photos being
Am I on
updated.
your top 8? Am I on your top 8?
Fucking, of course.
Yeah, pick friends. I like MySpace.
You
It's
just
way
moved
better.
up. You just moved up with this podcast, talking shit on everybody. I love it.
I don't even care. I'm no one in this industry, anyways. What are you gonna get?
Yo.
What am I gonna get myself?
Listen, you ain't talking shit to me. Like I've been nobody for a long time.
It
I don't
happens.
even listen. I don't even live in California, so I've never even done freestyle.
I feel like I should live on the East Coast and just be able to talk shit way more.
I'm just a dirt hump jumper.
Yeah.
Clint's nobody. I just snuck into this fucking podcast. Nobody even knows how I'm here.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick. Yeah. What about Nick? What's up with Nick?
I just knew Nick likes to
I
get
just showed
drunk.
up.
Nick
Hey,
likes
Nick
to
never
get drunk
jumps,
a lot.
Nick never jumps landings. Nick OJ's that shit.
No, listen.
Well, I'm
Nick,
trying to save promoters money. Like, we don't need landings. It's excessive.
Anything's excessive.
Nick's
It's
like Nick.
Hey, I think you're onto
Douchebag.
something. I think we can promote shows for way cheaper and make way more money.
Eggs landing smooth.
Yo, there was a guy when I first started doing Monster Jams from Canada, a French dude, and he would jump.
Scott,
He had a ramp that was literally like a couple of sections of flat boards. There was like 3 sections of flat boards, and he would jump over monster trucks to flatland. He had like a 17-inch rim with like a 4-inch tire on it, so that he could just flatland the shit out of stuff.
why can't this shit be like ridiculousness where we can just like pull up videos out of nowhere?
Well,
and just be
so here's my. I'm working on it.
I'm
I'm working on it.
Clint's working on it.
I'm working on it.
Okay.
But I work a regular job now, so I have no fucking time to do anything but work the fucking job and sleep. But I'm gonna figure out some kind of go to meeting or some bullshit like that. Right now, my problem is if I play the videos, you guys gotta watch YouTube and wait for the playback, so then you can see it, and the delay is too long. So once I figure out a system where we can all watch the video together, then it's happening, and you're back on.
Yeah.
Here, if it gets like winter time and work slows up for me, I'll start figuring it out.
Hey, if it gets that serious, I bet it'd be like a Chanel West Coast that has like annoying ass laugh that's like always on the show.
Well, we're gonna bring it on all the time. Don't worry about it.
You're gonna be
Okay.
Beckering West Coast.
I'm gonna be like Derek Beckering shit talking West Coast.
So let's go. Your dad's like somewhat of a pretty famous BMXer, no?
Yeah.
Did you know this,
My
Nick?
dad sends it.
I did not know this. Fill me in.
So he rode for what? SE bikes?
He rode for SC Racing for 22 years.
So he knows top lions or what?
Dude, my dad has way more gnarlier, like, I tell my dad, like, stories like me being on tour and shit like that. My dad,
And he's like, "You're a pussy."
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
It's like, I was on tour in the 80s.
Yeah, exactly. My dad has the gnarliest stories, dude. Like all the pros at the end of the night would get their rental cars and go find the gnarliest set of rental car fucking railroad tracks and like send cars. Like my dad, he told me this one story where they were jumping rental cars and he landed and it ripped the fucking oil pan off the car. And it was leaking oil everywhere, so there was a lake down the street, so they fucking took another rental car and they pushed it down the street to the lake and pushed it into the fucking lake and fucking drowned the fucking car.
Why did they do that with another one? Why didn't they use the one that was leaking oil already?
No, they
That's the
pushed
one that's in the lake.
They pushed the car to
with
the lake and
with
they pushed
another
it.
one.
Yeah.
We went to Alaska and we were in a rental minivan, and we tried to do a donut in a parking lot. Casey Higgins was driving. He tried to do a donut in a parking lot, and apparently he smoked it off of a wall of a building, and there was a tall curb that took the oil pan out. And then he drove from like the parking lot, which was like right next to our hotel, and he drove out onto the main road and then back into our hotel's parking lot. So then we had all talked about it, and we're like, listen, we tried the scratch on the side of the fender. We were backing out of a parking spot, and there was like a cone, or there was a metal pole there, and they turned, and we like caught the front of the car on the metal pole. So the one promoter guy comes in and he's like, "What happened to the minivan?" And we're like, "We backed out of a spot and we hit this pole." And he goes, "Yeah, we heard that same bullshit in the last room." He goes, "Sideswiping a pole doesn't put a fist-size hole in the oil pan." And we were like, we're all like, "Ooh." Well, we're not sure about that. And he goes, "There's a fucking oil line from the parking lot next door into the fucking road and into our parking lot into the spot that the fucking minivan was sitting in." And we're like,
No way.
"Yeah, about that. We're not really sure. We're not really sure.
Why
how
did you
that
give
happened."
a bunch of dirt bikers a fucking minivan?
Yeah, you gave like 6 of us the keys to a minivan to go out to a club, which you knew we were getting fucking wasted in Alaska. I don't know.
It's before Uber, dude.
Yo, so
We
we
got
paid.
Uber in Alaska now.
We're everywhere, dog.
Yo, so we paid $3,500 for this fucking minivan.
That
Did you
was a
keep it at least?
that was a decent Uber.
Fuck no, we didn't keep it. It was in Alaska. all they did was put a new fuck. So they had the. So we landed in Anchorage. We did the first show there, and then we drove 8 hours to Fairbanks, and that's where we smashed a minivan.
You're fucking doing shows for Eskimos and shit?
Yo,
or
so
what?
they had to pay somebody to drive from fucking 8 hours from Anchorage to Fairbanks to get the fucking minivan on a trailer and trailer it back, and then bring
No
us
way.
another one. Yeah, so that's why it was so expensive. Then we had to pay for a new motor.
What an idiot.
It was a good time though. I didn't make anything I didn't make anything that trip.
Yeah.
But
Well, you didn't lose. That's all it's about.
I didn't lose.
Yeah, so-
Greg Hartman knocked himself out trying to rock solid, and then we got to tell him for like 6 hours what he was doing. He kept asking the same questions. How'd I crash? Then we started making shit up. You tried to flip. This is before. He was like, "What?" We're like, "Yeah, man, you fucking tried to flip it. You fucking got stuck, laying on your head." He's like, "No way." Do I have to ride tonight? We're like, "No, you knocked yourself out for fucking
Bye,
like
buddy.
a minute."
Hey. My little homie's out here. Take
Later,
buddy.
bro.
Hey, buddy, guys. Give him a high five. Yeah.
Go give him bumps. Bump the camera.
What up, dude?
Yeah.
What do you got there, dude?
He just bumped that shit.
Bump it.
He can give a fuck. He's gonna headbutt that.
Well, I would say that this has been an excellent podcast.
Yep.
Another gem.
STS.
Are we done yet or what?
Shit talking show. Yeah,
I'm pretty good at that.
we're at 1 hour and 39 minutes, so that's like right in our realm.
Yeah, I was gone for like 10 minutes. My phone died.
You weren't gone there.
Don't worry. We covered it.
Okay.
I don't know what we did, but I can't.
You guys probably just talked a bunch of shit about me.
No,
We're like,
actually.
oh man, he's a tweaker. One time I was on tour with him.
Yeah.
Hey, you won't hear that from no one. Trust me. But I could tell you plenty of stories of Goodyear.
I know. I don't want to talk shit about nobody.
Can we keep this shit going? Can we just go all night? I can talk shit all night.
I don't
long.
have any. Listen, you need
You
to
guys
have
talk shit.
you
I'm
need to
the
have
man.
your guy bring me cocaine and Nick. Then we'll do it all night.
All night?
All night.
Can you distribute?
I just
two
want to
different
see
keys
Nick
at the
do
same time?
cocaine. I want to see Nick do cocaine, and then just
Okay.
we're doing E lines.
They're like, hey Nick, smell your keyboard.
Yeah.
No, E-line.
What
E-line.
happened?
Hey, I played on my fucking van getting stolen today?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that's
I'm
right.
gonna
We're gonna
blast it.
repost that shit.
Oh, shit, I forgot.
Yo,
All right, I'm on it.
you know what happened? You talk shit on some tweaker, and he's like, "Fuck that motherfucker! I'm gonna
I
come
know,
and
I-
steal
that's
his
what I'm thinking, too."
Kernside van. I'm gonna steal the Kernside van, and I'm gonna pack it full of fucking H, and I'm gonna go and
Full of-
sell it in
full of
Bakersfield."
I'm not even mad about the van. I'm more mad about what the fuck. I'm more mad about my fast house gear, honestly.
Well, I feel like you have a good enough. Yeah, they're gonna send you more.
No, they won't. They're fucking niggers. They fucking fucked me.
They're niggers.
Hey, if Fast House is watching this shit, fuck you, Fast House. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck
You know why?
Fast House.
You're not Tyler Bierman or
Yeah,
Durham.
I'm like Derek fucking Berman or something, or Daryl fucking Bar-
Daryl Berman. You should create
I'm
a like
fucking-
alternative like identity. I'm
like
Daryl
Daryl
Berman.
Bar Mitzvah or something.
And I drink Monster energy drinks.
Yeah. Sponsored by Red Bull and Monster, bro. What's up?
My brother's the side dolphin.
It happens, you guys.
Dirt shark, get it? No?
Hey, next time you guys are on the podcast with me, I'm gonna be fucking. It's gonna be like Derek Beckering is going to X Games for fucking like best knack or some shit.
Fuck.
I promise you.
That happens. Best knack.
That
McGrath
was
is
awesome.
coming out of
You
retirement.
were all slow motion when you
Hey,
said
you guys are getting a pretty shitty podcast now because I'm drinking a 6-pack of these things. So
That's fine.
I'm sorry about your podcast.
We like it.
Yep.
Listen, at least you've been here the whole time. We've had people lock up. Then they just disappear, and it ends up me and Nick talking for like 15 minutes at the end of the show.
what's going on
If anything, Nick's locking up right now. Nick's
Yeah.
like,
Yo, because he's
there?
in one of those flyover states that shouldn't even be allowed to vote. And then Derek locks up. You guys.
You guys been cutting out for fucking the past 10 minutes.
Nick, make a cool face.
You need
Nick.
some Midwestern patience.
Nick, make a cool face or something.
Nick doesn't have a cool face.
Okay.
Unless you hey,
Cool.
you want to make a cool face? Look at his face and think about Macklemore.
Michael McLemore?
Oh shit, Fat Forburger's here. Hang on, I'm a cool face.
Where's Death
Pee-wee.
Farm? Yo, get
What?
Death Farm on the podcast. Where is he?
Alright, we'll get him on.
Get who?
Death
Hang on, he's
Farm.
coming. Hang on, I can't.
Hey, get Scranny. Where's Scranny? Get Scranny on the podcast.
Scranny's been on the podcast. Yo, do you see Nick just disappeared? Like a ghost.
Bathroom's that way. Huh? Can you hear this time or no?
It's a little echoey because of all your bricks.
Yeah, it's echoey. Don't be such a fucking diva.
People on audio are like, what the fuck are these people doing?
Huh?
Yeah, exactly. Alright. We're calling this shit. Somebody's
Oh,
filming.
there we are.
Somebody's, filming us, filming them. Alright. Yeah, exactly.
Somebody's filming us, filming it?
Derek was
Me?
filming us.
You're live on my TV, but it's like 5 minutes behind.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's way
exactly
behind.
why we can't play the videos. Alright, and now we're in 44 minutes. We're out of here. Derek, thank you. Listen, ride the fucking quarter pipe or whatever you gotta do to get into X Games. Are you listening? He doesn't even care.
So fucking ride the quarter pipe.
He's pissing. Your internet's fucked up. Can you hear me?
What are you guys doing?
Did you pull your pants all the way down to your fucking knees so you could take a piss? Is that what's going on here? What is... Who the fuck's the bald guy? What's going on? This guy's got Racer X and his pants to his knees.
Hey, you gotta have the Racer X, dog.
So he could pee. He's got his pants around his knees so he could pee.
Hey, I usually sit down when I pee, but I'm not today.
Well,
I usually sit down when I pee.
thanks for being manly for our show.
I'm trying to be as manly as I can.
Fart for us. Push one out. Come on.
Is this the man show or what? Am I in the man show?
Well, sure. I'm Joe Rogan.
Are
I
you?
forgot about man.
That was the original. Yo.
Hey, who's the bald guy in the background on the fucking
Some-
horse Snapchat?
He just was brought in to watch you pee, Derek.
You want to see my small dick or what?
Yeah.
Damn.
He wanted to see your non-GMO dick, because he's a GMO farmer right there.
Was he impressed at least or no?
He's got the biggest corn around because he GMOs the fuck out of it.
Was he impressed with my small dick at least?
Were you impressed, Burger?
Very much so.
He said it was one of the smallest he's seen.
Really?
Yeah. He considered it non-threatening to the anus.
That's what my girlfriend said too.
Any ladies, listen, if you want to try anal, Derek Beckering is perfect for your anus.
Hey, you might want to ask my chick about that one.
I'm not going to ask your chick nothing.
Just start.
Maybe she could have either a big or a small anus. I don't know. So
Gigantic anus.
maybe she's an advanced anal girl.
What are you doing?
Is he peeing in his mouth? Oh.
Skull.
No, it's Copenhagen, bro.
Copenhagen, y'all.
Man shit.
Oh, yeah, mate. Oh, yeah.
That's man shit for sure. You should have been smoking a joint or something.
You want to? I'll take a dab.
Yeah, you're in
right
California.
What's up?
Yeah.
I'll take a dab right now.
Take a dab with your dipping. A dip dab. Dip dab it.
We're going dabbing right now.
Alright, do
Yeah,
it.
Hey, this is the first cannabis fucking Two Wheels to Freedom podcast.
No, that's not true.
You're lying. Don't.
No, Scranny was smoking a fat ass joint on here.
It's like second.
We're gonna smoke this shit right now.
This is the first dabs done on here.
Thank you. I'm trying to claim something, Clint.
Listen, we're so far into the podcast, I'm gonna let this out. When that video that I did jumping Stairway to Heaven, we had finished building that. We went back, took big ass bong rips of dabs, and then went back out to the hills and jumped fucking Stairway to Heaven. Fucking high as fuck.
Hey, since this is the shit talking podcast,
STP.
hey, word on the street is what I heard.
Yeah.
Is Vinny's all butthurt at you?
Oh yeah. Super butthurt.
Yeah?
So is Jimmy Hill.
Jimmy Hill too?
Yeah.
Hey, Jimmy's a fag too.
Well, they're both butthurt at me.
Hey, can we just talk shit on this thing? Hey, hey, Jimmy Hill, if you're watching this shit, you're gay. You're gay.
Hey, speaking of Jake Goodyear, you know who bought his truck?
Who?
This guy. Right?
What? The Dodge?
No.
No, the Ford. The
What's
black
Ford?
Ford.
That was I think that was way before you knew him.
Yeah.
It still runs.
Hey, has it got meth in the gas tank?
No, but there was all kinds of pills and shit in the council.
Yeah.
There was.
I gave it to my niece. I had to have a drug dog go through it before I gave it to her.
You better check the gas tank, son. There may be a fucking gold mine in there. Oh, fuck.
And a tiny pair of shoes were in there.
There we go. There we go. There you go. Ribbing the dab, son. He's all.
How complicated this is.
Good God, yeah. How do you keep that all straight?
Yeah. That's drugs right there. That's not marijuana anymore. That's drugs. He just did drugs.
It's going to be another
There's too many moving parts in that thing. Listen, he didn't just take some fucking plant and jam it into a fucking pipe and smoke it. That guy had refined plant into wax, and then he had to stir it into some fucking apparatus and then put a cover over it. That was a drug. You might as well just shot that up. How do we shoot that up? Can we do that?
I'll shoot at my neck right now. I was like, I'm not scared.
I need a marijuana IV. Can we do that? Can we make that happen? Look at that. Look. He's over there with a fucking torch. This guy's got a torch. This dude's got a torch. Let's keep it on there. Keep it on the process. This is now turned to drugs.
Hey, your boy is so drunk right now, he's sticking wax to his arm.
Sweet. Does that work?
People weld with.
Are you getting high from that or what?
Oh, it's gone now.
He also didn't even point the camera at his arm where the wax was. It was just a random camera shot.
We're not smoking that wax until it's like rainy day or something.
That was special wax?
That's rainy day wax.
Oh, I need some. Send some over here. I need rainy day wax.
Hey, can you get wax in fucking wherever the fuck you are, Clint?
No comment. No. Yeah, we can, I don't know. It would be hard, I think. I'm a little jealous.
What is going on?
I'm a little bit jealous. He vapes, bro.
It's only 9 o'clock there. That's early.
You're lucky it's not 9 o'clock a.m. You'd be doing the same shit.
Pretty much. 7 o'clock this morning.
I just smoke regular weed at 7 o'clock in the morning.
You're a bitch.
Fuck. Alright. Although this seems to have gotten better, I feel like I need to go to sleep because it's fucking 12 o'clock and I gotta get up in fucking 6 hours.
It's only 11. I'm gonna go to the bar with this guy.
I don't even care. I'm gonna fly to fucking goddamn fucking where the fuck Nick's at.
There you go. There you go. Fly to Illinois.
Yeah. Go to Joliet International Airport.
Joliet MX, that's right.
I'm pretty sure.
Joliet International Airport right now.
There's like an advertisement for going to Joliet MX.
I'm pretty sure that's not an international airport in Joliet.
It should be.
I'm pretty sure that's a domestic puddle jumper airport.
If it's not, I'm gonna make it an airport right
You
now.
can sky.
Dude,
They're locking up. Look at them.
I know, they're all locked.
They're heat season.
What's he doing?
You guys didn't add enough premix.
Alright. Go.
You got that 3G instead of 4G or what?
They're in flyover states that shouldn't even be allowed to vote. So.
I only got like.
You're in a liberal state or what?
No, they're conservative as fuck.
Ask Clint how his beaches were this 4th of July weekend.
Actually, no. Yeah, they are from a liberal state. They're from fucking the state that Obama governed before he became president.
I'm not gonna put
He was enough.
This much. Shit.
Oh, see, there you go. They bailed out on that one.
What a bitch.
What a bitch.
Well, is the
All right.
podcast over or what?
Yeah, we're done. We're at like 2 hours.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, hey, next time,
Next
We're gonna
time,
be back.
next time we're talking to you as you're about to go and do Big Air quarter pipe at X Games.
Yep.
End up with a scar.
Sounds good, buddy.
All right. Thanks for
All right,
coming.
Duke. Yep.
We have fun.
Later.
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 All right, everybody. We're out.